The UK's most senior doctors have likened social media to smoking in terms of the impact it could have on children's health. The Academy of Medical Royal Colleges says medics should routinely ask about screen time when seeing patients who are under 16. It's given its view as part of the government's consultation on whether to curb the use of social media by children, which ends tonight. Our technology editor Zoe Kleinman reports.
It's the issue that causes passionate debate, particularly among parents and carers. How can children be better protected on social media and online in general? And should they even be on it in the first place? More than 70,000 people in the UK have now had their say in a public consultation over the last 3 months. It closes at midnight tonight.
Some of the ideas the government wanted people's opinions about included things like restricting the design features that keep us all on social media for longer, things like auto-scrolling, or introducing an overnight curfew, or limiting children's access to AI chatbots. The big headline, of course, was banning social media for under 16s altogether.
Other organisations have other ideas. The BBFC, which gives age ratings to movies, today said it wants to partner with tech companies on a similar system for social media content and says the parents it has surveyed about it support the idea. Meta, which owns Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp, said it would like Apple and Google to lock down devices belonging to children using age verification when they first set up a new phone, so that they wouldn't even be allowed to download the apps if they were underage.
The Online Safety Act took, sort of 8 years in total?
One thing everybody is saying loud and clear is that more action is needed quickly. Technology Secretary Liz Kendall says the government won't hang around once the consultation results are in.
We've got the powers now as a government. We can implement the results of it straight away. We are not going to take longer than the end of the year.
There's debate about whether a social media ban is the best way forward. In Australia, many children have found ways around it. Some campaigners say it should be up to the tech companies to make the platform safer, rather than taking them away from young people. Zoe Kleinman, BBC News.
As Zoe mentioned there is such a big debate around all of this and what should happen next. So let's bring you the view of Russ Shaw, who is the founder of Global Tech Advocates. Russ, what would you say is the level of acknowledgement in the tech industry around some of the harms caused by social media to teenagers?
I think the level of acknowledgement is very high. I mean, most people are aware of the issues and the frustrations that are being deployed by the social media platforms. You know, they've been around for a long time, so this feedback is not new, yet very few, if any, actions have been taken by social media companies. You know, Meta tried something with Instagram, a platform specifically for children, but it was heavily criticized and Meta paused the platform. So the companies are trying, they're looking at this, but I think in the meantime, there's a lot of sympathy towards having a social media ban for those under 16. And for somebody like me, under 13s should not be on social media.
When you say they're trying, many would say they're simply not trying hard enough. I mean, what are they actually doing and what could be done by the government in terms of regulation to make them do something more quickly?
Yes, I think from what I've seen, a lot of their attempts have been what I would describe as half-baked. You know, they acknowledge that there is an issue with young people on social media, but the way they've gone about it, the age verification tools that they've put in have been absolutely insufficient. So I think they brought this harm upon themselves by their lack of broad strokes of how to actually do this. So I think for the government to step in and say, look, you've had plenty of time to do this is entirely understandable. We should learn from Australia. They have implemented a social media ban for those under 16. It is by no means perfect, but let's learn the lessons from them, particularly around how people get around the age verification issue. And let's deploy something that's smart and sensible, keeping the pressure on social media companies to say, look, if you fix this, if you can come up with responsible platforms, we can open this up again.
The evidence out of Australia is really mixed. I guess we need to wait a bit longer to see, but teenagers, of course, are finding so many ways around the measures that they've put in place there. Russ, I heard a mum speaking on the radio this morning whose child died because of a TikTok trend. And she said, any other product that is out there that is dangerous, it is simply withdrawn from the market until it is safe. Why not just take social media away completely until it's safe?
I think what happened to that mom is absolutely tragic, and there have been other families that have been absolutely devastated. Again, points back to the harm that we see from these social media platforms. I think a ban for under 16s is absolutely necessary at this point, but I think responsible social media platforms can be a force for good. They can help people to engage with society. So I wouldn't want to completely cut them out of the system, but they have to be fixed. The problems have to be addressed so that we don't have these tragic stories like that mom from earlier today.
Russ, thank you very much for joining us. The debate will continue and the government consultation here in the UK ends this evening. So we'll be talking about this more in the days ahead. Thank you, Russ.